Welcome back to Bruff for the start of this Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship, Round 5 Championship clash between Adare and Monaleen. Tommy Stack is back with me in our commentary position in the stand here in Bruff. Tommy, you've been watching the warm-ups fairly intently, I've noticed. Seen anything in them as of yet?
Both sides very intent on getting the warm-ups done well. I mean, it's a part of the game. It's a job of work you have to do when you come to the field. The warm-up is part of it. If your focus is right, if your build-up is right, if you're stretching, everything that goes with it is right, then you're going to be right going into the game. Both sides very, very focused. Even looking at the little games they're playing, like a lot of scores, a lot of good tackles going in. So hopefully both sides well tuned in for what's going to be a very important match.
Quick check on the teams now, starting with Adare. They show one change from the team sheet as you would have got coming into Bruff this afternoon. In goals, Jeffrey Alfred, full back line of Oran Collins, Owen Costello and Stephen Flynn. Cian Sparling and Paul Maher in the wing back positions, with Jack Fitzgerald wearing number 17 coming in for Ronan Connolly. Midfield sees Joe Sweeney partnered by Robbie Burke. Davy Lyons, Hugh Burke and Darragh Lane are in the half forward line. Shane Costello, Shane O'Connor and Jack English complete the Adare side, who of course defending champions. Heading over to the Monaleen side, this is the team we have at the moment for Monaleen. We are expecting changes, just haven't confirmed them as of yet to us here in the commentary position. Goals, Dermot Deneen, full back line, Conor Carew, Ger Clancy and Andrew Kearney. Jack Doyle, Dara Kennedy and Padraig Quinn in the half back line. Niall Lockwood and Stephen Kiley in midfield. Conal O'Dwyn, Alan Nicholas and Tygo Shuckrew, the Monaleen captain, in the half forward line. Shane Dolan, Mark Torpy and Jack Kenny complete the Monaleen side. But Tommy, we are expecting changes.
Yeah, I would have a strong suspicion that Darragh Shuckrew might be starting. 17 for 5. 17 for 5. Okay, good. Yeah, and I think getting some late changes here as live. It's good to get them. You got those changes there?
Yes, indeed, Tommy. We'll just confirm those now as we have it. Peter Hempenstall comes in for Jack Doyle at right half back. Number 30 is Luke Murphy. He's coming in for Stephen Kiley. And number 28 on the Monaleen side is Donegal O'Dollig, and he is coming in for Shane Dolan. So are the Monaleen changes, Tommy. Obviously the likes of Luke Murphy coming into his side is big, but Stephen Kiley is a player who's had a fine season for Monaleen. Of course, a lot of people interested in sports will know him as a fine rugby player as well. He's been in the Munster Academy and fine player for Shannon, now back with Old Crescent. But two very strong sides either way, Tommy. And Monaleen side that have impressed in this championship as well.
The names roll off the tongue for both sides really. If you look at Adare in the back line, you've got Paul Maher, you've got Cian Sparling. They're just absolute quality players in the counter-attack, and we're going to see from those lads all day long. A really, really strong midfield with Joe Sweeney and Robbie Burke, Davy Lyons, Hugh Burke and Darragh Lane. What a half-back line that is. And the full forward line of Costello, O'Connor and English again. Don't expect them to be in those positions throughout the game, but at least you know you've got a very, very strong 15 going out for Adare. From a Monaleen point of view, again, I said before the game, it's quite a young team, but again, the names roll off the tongue. You've got Tygo Shuckrew, who I think has turned himself inside out as a footballer. He's a complete footballer in my opinion, because he plays half-back for Limerick, but he's got that real quick counter-attacking style, heads up football, wants to kick the ball forward. And then you've got Mark Torpy, really quality player inside in the full forward line. Conal O'Dwyn, who just will work so hard all day to work for his team on the ball, give and go all day long, and a very, very strong back line as well. So Monaleen have real pace. Here we go.
Underway 2 minutes early from referee Mikey Brown of Drumcolour Broadford, and always good to see that, Tommy.
Yeah.
A referee who's both on time and starting a game early. It's rare. It is Adare wearing the red on the attack from right to left, as you see, and it's Paul Maher delivering a pass in there to Davy Lyons. Lyons then inside to the full forward line. Hand pass now comes along, and it's the half back there for Adare, Cian Sparling. And Adare working it through the hand passes after Robbie Burke with a 2-point attempt, just going to tail to the right and wide, probably dropping short early, but Adare signalling their intent, Tommy. And with the likes of Robbie Burke from distance, it's always an option.
And Robbie Burke found himself in that soft spot that wasn't defended by Monaleen. The ball was shifted quickly towards him just outside the D, and he was right to take on that shot, right to take on that opportunity, because we know he's got a high percentage or high success rate in that area.
Dermot Deneen with the kick out now, goes straight down the middle over the heads, and going to be won by Adare, and Paul Maher picking up the loose ball. And alert switch of play from Maher. He's done that twice now in the opening stages here. And it is Adare on the front foot once more here. It's Maher just outside the 45 to Robbie Burke now for their switch of play. And it's a good switch of play into the centre forward, Hugh Burke. Burke will be capable of scoring this off left or right from close enough range. Didn't really get hold of that one though, to the right and wide. So both Burkes in the opening minute here have sent shots to the right and wide.
What I loved about Robbie Burke is when he got on the ball, he had an easy ball out here. I think it was to Niall to Joe Sweeney. He didn't give it to him. He looked for the inside ball to Hugh Burke, who was closer to goals, and he was able to utilise that one-on-one opportunity. Disappointingly that Hughie's not taking that opportunity, but at the same time, Adare well on top here at the start, winning the first 3 kickouts.
It was Joe Sweeney collecting that kick out from Dermot Deneen, and it is Adare on the front foot once more. Shane Costello gets a hand pass away off to Davy Lyons. That should be the first score of the afternoon here in Bruff. And that's exactly what it is, and Davy Lyons ain't going missing that.
Davy Lyons did very, very well. He found himself in that space outside, and I think it was Shane Costello that fed it out to him. But big problem for Monaleen at the moment. 2 kickouts and nowhere near success. The ball has not gone where it's needed to go, so Monaleen have to sort that out quickly, or they're going to have a very, very tough task today.
Plenty of movement this time. Dermot Deneen going down this side again. Much better outcome from their point of view, and it is Tygo Shuckroot just about holding on to possession there. Hand pass now from Shuckroot into Conal O'Dwyn. O'Dwyn now onto that left hand side, and it is Monaleen looking for their first attack of the game. It's Padraig Quinn moving with it back into the centre. It comes to Tygo Shuckroot. Shuckroot bringing play beyond the 45 metre line. Hand pass now down this right hand side, and comes off again. Luke Murphy has it back to Donncha O'Donnell, wearing number 28, but starting the game for Monaleen. It's O'Donnell forced to Alan Nicholas. Nicholas now again looking for a move and finds it in Mark Torpy. Torpy, switch of play from Torpy out to Tygo Shuckroot once more. In fact, it's not, it's Padraig Quinn once more for Monaleen. Luke Murphy now has it, looks towards the goals, maybe feinting a shot of Shuckroot. Shot eventually coming from O'Donnell, is blocked down. Good defensive from Adare, but O'Donnell has it once more. Good pace from O'Donnell, fists it to the left and wide, but it took the shot on to Donncha O'Donnell. You want to see that positive play. Blocked, won the ball again, Tommy, but really should have scored at the second attempt.
He should indeed. Probably slightly off balance, taking that hand pass, that effort over the bar, but he was involved in the play 4 times, 4 possessions in that one play for O'Donnell, and that kind of shows his intent here. We know he's a big time player, has done it for the hurlers obviously, but different proposition playing against a quality side like Adare. That was much better from Monaleen there, getting on the ball, making sure the kick out was right, working it through the phases and being a danger up top. Good to see.
And you could see this coming as well, Tommy, with Jeffrey Alford's jersey being very, very clearly white, and of course that would lead to a clash with obviously the Monaleen side. So referee Mikey Brown telling his umpires maybe to have a word, and it does result in Jeffrey Alford having to wear a bib, a green bib, with the Adare goalkeeper striking this one straight down the middle, and it's one. It's beaten the Monaleen player, and it's Davy Lyons with a pass now off to Shane Costello. It's Costello heading towards goal, still going Shane Costello. Can he get the shot away? He does, around the edge of the square. It's blocked on the line by the Monaleen defence. They've come away with possession as well of Monaleen. It was Padraig Quinn that got the block on the line. It's going to be a free out, but Shane Costello ghosted in there, Tommy, and really could have resulted in a goal for Adare.
Absolutely, but at the same time I would have to give a huge amount of credit to Conor Carew. I think he just closed him down. He saw the opportunity, he made him solo the ball high, he made him focus on the ball as opposed to necessarily another great ball inside here for Monaleen on the attack. Who is it? It's
Jack Kenny.
Jack Kenny going through on goals.
It's good physical play.
Yeah, I
Kenny
love
has
that.
the advantage too. Gets the shot away, but he will have the advantage coming back for the free for Monaleen. And positive play again, Tommy, taking the ball on the wing but cutting inside and looking dangerous.
And it came from Conor Carew's turnover down here. At least he's forced turnover. 2 quick passes down the field, and Monaleen are attacking hard, and you love to see likes of Jack Kenny on his left foot. Obviously it wasn't his stronger foot there, but going hard at his man, trying to make the best of the one-on-one situation.
It is going to be Conal O'Dwyn taking this one on from inside the scoring arc, and a chance for Monaleen to level this one up. Just at the 5-minute mark, didn't strike that well at all. It's an easy take for Jeffrey Alfred inside, and Adare with the chance to easily move out of their defensive zone with this ball. Keane Sparling has it. Switch of play now over to this near side, stand side with Paul Maher. Maher looking at his options, goes backwards first at least. And the man in possession is Jack Fitzgerald, the starter for Adare this afternoon, wearing number 17. But starting instead of Ronan Connolly. And best now to Hugh Burke. Dummies. And comes back inside. We're going back outside again. Hugh Burke takes play. And the ball over halfway. Hand pass now to Shane Costello. Costello has been busy in the opening stages of this game. He's under pressure here. The good work defensively from Monaleen, but Costello plays this one in around the edge of the square. It's played across. Goal chance here for Adare. It's blocked. Still there for Adare. The shot comes in and it's over the bar. Maybe Jack English got a touch in it in the end, but the shot coming in from Owen Costello wearing number 3, Tommy. And further emphasis, there's no such things. Forget about numbers, jerseys, positions don't matter anymore.
Huge amount of I suppose goal mouth action there we had, and it easily could have been a goal, but at the same time Adare made sure to get the point out of it. Owen Costello a long way from home, but at the same time he made an important pass which led to the score, and you've got to keep that scoreboard ticking over. Both sides guilty at the moment of spurning good opportunities, but you can see how important it might be a lower scoring game than expected today, so you have to make sure every chance you get, you take the most of it.
Yeah, I think we're giving that one to Jack English. Seemed to just get a little touch on it over the bar. We'll discuss that maybe at half-time and confirm it. Either way, it is Adare leading 2 points to no score. And again, it is Shane Costello finding Paul Maher now. Switch of wings for Maher for the moment anyway. Back to Davy Lyons inside the Monaleen 45. Gives a signal inside. Is he going to go long? Ops no. And gives it to Paul Maher. Switch of play now from Maher out to Oren Collins. Suffered a cruciate ligament injury last year, so missed the whole campaign for Adare, did Oren Collins. To Burke. Turns again into the middle. Lovely pass from him now off to Costello. Costello inside the scoring arc will go for the 1-pointer and gets it to Shane Costello. And Tommy, the early play that Shane Costello has provided in this game, that score warrants it.
Yeah, he's been brilliant so far. I'll have to give huge amount of credit there to Hugh Burke. When we recycle the ball, our idea that we have to recycle the ball outside the D, he was able to recycle the ball to Owen Costello to Shane Costello as he was running into the D, so it took the pressure away from having to take on a man entirely, and he shot in front of the goals. It was quite straightforward, but Hughie Burke with the brilliant vision and brilliant pick out.
Dermot Deneen, the kick-out's working now for Monaleen. Easy take for Luke Murphy in the right position. A chance now for Conal O'Dwyn to play this one forward to Tygo Shukru. Monaleen, when they do attack, looking fairly dangerous here. Shukru plays this one back. A little slip there from Alan Nicholas, but on to Luke Murphy. Steps is the call from the Adare sideline. Nothing forthcoming by referee Michael Brown. That's Niall Lochran now coming into the middle to Derek Kennedy. Kennedy just giving the play and attack a bit of width here for Monaleen. Alan Nicholas is available once more on the 45-metre line. It's Nicholas taking this one on. That's an aimless one from Alan Nicholas. And Tommy, there's been such good forward movement from half back line to half forward line by Monaleen. The second to get into the 45, beyond the 45, just seemed to have maybe running out of ideas fairly early here.
I mean, the shots are on in every case. The shots have been on. It's just they haven't been executed, and that's the disappointing part for Monaleen. They'd expect to get a higher percentage return for what they've taken. That's where Adare will crucify you, because Adare will continuously keep the scoreboard ticking over, and it being 3 points still in at the moment, and it's probably the same amount of shots taken by both sides.
Owen Costello now running 40 metres with that one. Hand pass back to Paul Maher. And now it is Davy Lyons. Lyons again happy to take a look forward before going backwards to Paul Maher and taking possession again. Lovely ball inside now. They've worked it very, very well though. Last pass going astray on Conor Carew was in the flat for Monaleen, and the call for Monaleen is to go and it go fast. Can they hold on to possession? They have done. It's Carew again, plays this one, not a great one, and Adare block on that as well, and it's Adare with ease now, and Shane Costello trying to restart another attack for Harry Gleeson's men. Costello out to Robbie Burke, and Robbie Burke switching on. He wanted on his left to shoot, will he? When he has a go with his right, and that one's going to go to the left and wide, but full of confidence Robbie Burke, doesn't matter which side, Tommy, which foot it goes to, took it on and happy to take it on.
Yeah, and again you'd encourage him to take those shots on, probably slightly off balance as he was taking the shot. I think there was probably a Monaleen man coming in from the side that might have just got in his line of sight that had an impact on the success of the shot, and I think that's key. I mean, we should have more space for our shooters here. We really should have, given the new rules, given how things are going. So you want to see lads taking the shots at the right time, not under pressure, not off balance.
Here's Monaleen now on the front foot with Donegal O'Donnell. He'll switch back on to take it on. Donegal O'Donnell's a lovely strike from O'Donnell.
Sweet
classy score for Donegal O'Donnell. He is of course well known as a hurler, fine footballer as well, and well, Tommy, a guy that can do that you'd always want in your team.
And we're talking, just my last comments there were about making the most of the one-on-ones that you get and taking the shots at the right time. He got the ball off Jack Canny inside, was able to sell a dummy that he was going inside, came back out, swiveled around and kicked a beautiful score with the inside of the right foot. That's absolute dream football, and if you've a guy that can kick scores in that position, you're in credit all day long.
And Monaleen have won the kick out as well. Here it is Tygo Shukru playing this one across there, good defending back there. There's Jack Canny getting to the ball first, and it is going to be a wide ball, I think is the call from referee Mikey Brown. No, looked like a free, Tommy. Referee maybe onside the challenge by Jack Canny and Stephen Flynn. Yeah, it is going to be result in a wide ball. Stephen Flynn down injured, and Tommy, we're 11 minutes gone here, and I think there's been a bit of mouthing to the referee, and there's going to be a free on the 45 here, or on the 65 here for Adare.
We actually don't see the referees putting this into play too often, but if there's moaning going on and a bit of disrespect towards the referee, then that's what needs to be done. And like it had been creeping into Gaelic football and hurling over the years. It's a way to tug it out of it. Just the captain is the person that's supposed to be talking to the referee. That clearly was not the case there, and Mikey Brown, he threw the rule book at him.
Right. That's the one advantage the referees always have, and it's always in their favour, is that rule book.
Yeah, just a word on Hughie Burke at the moment. He's picking the ball up everywhere on the field. He's actually picked up one kick out already. He's received the ball inside in his own half 3 times, but at the same time, when he gets up top, he's such a threat. And that kick pass that he played to Shane Costello for the score that he got previously, it just shows his range of ability and his comfort throughout the field. He's on the free here, just on the 65-yard line, the attacking 65-yard line.
Yeah, there's a substitute for Monaleen. Pádraig Quinn is off. I'm just waiting to see who's on in a moment here. I think it is. Yeah, it is indeed Jack Doyle, who's down to start, wearing the number 5 jersey. So Jack Doyle wearing 5 on for Pádraig Quinn, who was wearing 7. Back with play. It is Adare on the offensive with Joe Sweeney inside to Costello. Davy Lyons now taking this one off, and Davy Lyons has skied that one. Adare trying to keep it. They've done it very well with Jack English. Back that one comes now. It's English once more, taking the pass from Darragh Lane out now to Hughie Burke across the middle again. There's plenty of options for Adare here. Paul Maher being one, taking the pass from Costello outside now to Davy Lyons. He'll want it back on his left boot. Good defensive work from Monaleen and Niall Loughran, forcing them back outside the arc, and it's Owen Costello for Adare now, just restarting this attack with Maher and Costello combining before getting into Shane O'Connor. Davy Lyons now in possession for Adare. And it's good defensive work there from Monaleen.
It is. And what Adare are doing is they're trying to keep the width on the field and really trying to pull Monaleen's defence out, but Monaleen are reacting really well when the ball is shifted across the field. And that's an excellent piece of defending there as well. I think that's the midfielder. Is it Niall Loughran?
Yeah, it's Niall Loughran twice in quick succession. There's been a foul back there, and it will be a free for Monaleen back inside their own 45 time. We were just emphasising that great work from Monaleen, and Loughran forces a turnover again.
Yeah, but there are ways around it, and the better teams that can figure out how they create space, how they can create one-on-ones, how they can create scoring opportunities, given the current version of the rules, they'll be the teams that will be most successful here. And both sides are trying to figure it out at the moment. It's not straightforward. Both teams are strong defensive sides as well.
And there's Monaleen moving forward again. Tygo Shukru in possession, happy to go into the middle before they try and get that incisive pass. Donegal Dollig's out and taking it. We've seen what he can do already to score on the Monaleen side. Now it's inside there to Peter Hempelstad. Starting this game now. Monaleen with Donegal Dollig once more. He's been fouled. O'Dollig, he won't have any issues taking this one on. Takes it again, goes to the right and wide. Will come back for the advantage. And Tommy, you can see from Monaleen's point of view, when they do get the ball into someone like O'Dollig, who's really showing for it, there is danger there.
Yeah, he's very dynamic, and he's been on a whole pile of ball early on. Like we've only played, 14 minutes, and he's just, when he gets the ball, there's a kind of a buzz. You can feel that they're trying to get the ball in his hands because they know that he's dangerous.
It's going to be Tygo Shukru with this free for Monaleen, and Shukru looks to have got that one. He has indeed. 3 points to 2, Tommy, and after Adare's very encouraging start, Monaleen have slowly got their way into it.
They figured out the kickouts. That's been key. They figured out Adare's kickouts. They've won the last 2 of them, so obviously both sides are struggling a small bit to put their own kick-out strategy into play, but you'd have to give credit to the opposition as well for their spoiling abilities.
Kick out now
Robbie
from
Burke.
Jeffrey Alfred right into the middle of the park for Robbie Burke to take. Gets it off to Sparling. Sparling now.
Beautiful.
Very incisive. Just over the head of Shane Costello, I think it was, moving forward. It was indeed Shane Costello. Just didn't get it. But all up to that point, Tommy, it was a very promising kick out move. You'd imagine looked like to be a set move from Adare from the restart. Well, it didn't work out here. Monaleen have it once more with Andrew Carney going backwards to Niall Loughran. And into the centre now. Peter Hempinstall switches it onto that far side. And Monaleen have got a bit of joy there at the dugout side. Moving forward this time is Jar Clancy. There's Luke Murphy now looking to win possession. So
nice ball.
Switching. Beautiful ball for Dara Kennedy to run onto and into space here on this near side. Kennedy now gets the pass away to Conal O'Dwyn.
That's a sweet kick, is it?
He struck it very, very well, just to the left and wide. Looked from our angle, Tommy, that it might just sneak in the end. Just, and we're talking millimetres on that one.
Yeah, you look, he's got a great boot in the mud in, so you want him to take those shots, and that's his shot all day long. But again, we're talking about the lack of, well, I suppose it's really the Donegal Dálaigh shows at the moment from Monaleen. We need other lads stepping up if we want to push the scoreboard. Adare definitely have a wealth of options when it comes to scoring. We don't have to rely on the Burke brothers at all, so it's going to have to be more varied from Monaleen point of view.
Well, Davy Lyons has pulled up there, one of those options that Tommy Stack was just talking about. Maybe a slight little knock for him as Robbie Burke takes possession on for Adare. And it's Hughie Burke now off to full back. Number 3 in his jersey, but Owen Costello has been an attacking option for Adare in this game as well. And it is now back to Paul Maher. Davy Lyons seems to have run off that little knock. Keep an eye on that one. Hughie Burke now. Switch of play, lovely switch of play again from Burke. Take is good over there as well. And it's Joe Sweeney trying to get that shot away, but Peter Hempinstall has got there for Monaleen with a great block. It does fall favourably to Sweeney, and he's been forced out over the far sideline too. Again, very aggressive defending from Monaleen, Tommy, but very successful defending as well.
Yeah, the block down from Hempinstall and the ball went in the air. It was it's a counter-attack here.
A great pass there into the middle of the
Jack
park, and that's not a great tackle on Jack Doyle. It is advantage again for Monaleen, and O'Dálaigh just leaving that ball go past him. Doing well to shield it and hold on under pressure from Stephen Flynn. Alan Nicholas now leading it inside towards Jack Kenny.
Yeah, that ball there from Nicholas needs to be better. He sent his full forward all the way out to the wing. That ball has to be way more incisive. It has to get him just to the outside of the D or maybe inside. And maybe that's something that so many teams could learn from here. The ball has to be, the forward runner has to delay his run for as long as he can inside. And the closer you can get your full forward line to be in possession of the ball in front of the goals, the more scores you're going to get up.
Here's Monaleen taking advantage of referee Mikey Brown. A free has put them in this position. And then Nicholas now across to Tygo Shukru. Good run from him. Hands on him from Stephen Flynn. Monaleen holding on to possession. And still carrying it there is Jack Kenny into Niall Loughran. A show and go from Loughran. And now it's off again to Alan Nicholas. He struck that one very, very well indeed. There's a man in around the edge of the square. Adare have managed to do well to avert a bit of danger. It was Jeffrey Alford just getting his hands in it, and thankfully from his point of view there was a defender there to take it on.
Yeah, he was very aware of what was going on. Hughie Burke going through and goes. This is a goal opportunity here for Adare.
Yeah, it's Shane Costello with the pass. It's Burke still going with it himself. Hughie Burke saved by Dermot Dineen. He went loaded, Hughie Burke. Dineen did very well to just get a block in it. Cut across it to Hughie Burke with the shot. And you'll see in the replay going through and goal. Struck it powerfully. Dineen was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, when Burke received the ball, he was ahead of his man, so he had 2 or 3 yards break and he travelled straight at the goals a million miles an hour. He made Conor Carew's decision very, very difficult to make, but I think Hughie just slightly miscontrolled the ball and he kind of wasn't sure whether to pass it or kick it. You'd have to give credit to the 2 cornerbacks there from Monaleen for closing in, making those passes difficult, and even if Hughie was able to get those passes out to either the lads left and right, they still had defenders to go out and match them in any of those situations that arose. But it's a 45 for Adare.
Yeah, Robbie Burke lining this one up. Of course, a former goal kicker for UL Bows at a very high level in the All-Ireland League. Robbie Burke. So We all know, if you've seen him play, how good his left boot is. Struck that one absolutely perfectly as well. And that is a 2-point lead again now for Adare.
Yeah, I love to see the incisive ball that was played to Hughie Burke there as he was going through. I'm not sure who played it to him, but the vision is something we're noticing from Shane Costello. The vision from a few of the inside forward players, always looking to play those incisive balls. And I remember when that group of players came through, it was very clear that there was a group of players that had that vision, that were looking for goals all the time if they were on.
As well, even just to add to that, Tommy, before Shane Costello had even turned to give the pass, Hughie was gone on the run. He'd beaten his man. He knew the pass was likely to come. You know, Adare have that ability to create those scoring chances. Luke Murphy now out to Alan Nicholas as Monaleen go in search of a third score in this game. Nicholas still moving forward with the possession. Plays it across now to O'Shuck Group. Forced to slow it down once more before it's switched back into the middle. It is Dara Kennedy for Monaleen out to that far side. The ball goes. And it is Jack Doyle on that far side to O'Dollig. O'Dollig, it's a lovely languid strike on him as well, Tommy. Looks a very natural Gaelic footballer. Again, out to this side. Monaleen working from side to side, trying to create just a little gap that they can take advantage of. And here it is with Jack Doyle once more. As that pass away, it's Jack Kenny for Monaleen, still going forward with it. Jack Kenny, can he do anything with it? He certainly can. Super. Can Kenny, lovely scoring again. That little gap, saw it, went through it, and finally had the finish to match the very good build-up play from Monaleen.
Yeah, I think he had 3 players in front of him initially when he was on the 45-yard line, and the ability to kind of, it was a sort of a dummy solo, and then straight through the 2 Adare fellas in front of him, and he put the Jets on straight away. And that's a key score because it just keeps them in touching distance of Adare again. And it's so important that Monaleen keep the scoreboard ticking over, because we've said so often Adare will do that. They will keep the scoreboard ticking over. You have to stay in contact.
A 1-point game here, 4 points to 3 in favour of Adare. Robbie Burke goes high to take that one.
That's a big win, isn't it?
Huge win, but has he suffered for it here? Robbie Burke landed fairly awkwardly, maybe just from Adare's point of view, winded.
Yeah, I think in the quest for winning the ball up high, there was contact on the way down, incidental contact. Slight contact in the body means you're probably going to end on your front or your back, and on that occasion ended up on his back. I'm sure he's winded. Hopefully Robbie will be okay. He's one of the shining lights here. We want the shining lights on the field.
Yeah, great kick out from Jeffrey Alfred as well. Timed his jump perfectly. Robbie Burke managed to hold on to the ball coming down as well. Maybe limping away from it though, just hopefully from his point of view, as Tommy Stack said, type of players you want to see on the field at all times. On backward play, it's Monaleen on the defensive in this occasion as Adare go in search of a 5th point or maybe even a goal and give them dominance in this game. It's Paul Maher now trying to provide a spark for Monaleen. Back to Costello, Joe Sweeney, and now it's to Hughie Burke. Off to Shane Costello. Robbie Burke there for the pass, goes an opposite way, and it's Adare with Robbie Burke now in possession, taking that pass from Andrew Lane. And switch of play now out to, and who's been quiet in this game, Shane O'Connor, and he's gone along with it. Dermot Deneen is off his line, he's missed it, but it's broken down, and Monaleen's defending just up the scratch there. He was decisive coming off his line. Dermot Deneen, he didn't get there. Ball could have went anywhere, Tommy. Luckily for Monaleen, it went to one of their full back.
Yeah, right. Quite a few times we've seen Jack English looking for that long diagonal ball across. He's calling, the hand is constantly up. He wants that ball in his hand. He wants the ball to go in. He wants to be a threat inside there, and they know that the breaks are going in afterwards, and they've got the inside forwards that will pick up the breaks and hopefully get the scores. But well dealt with from a Monaleen point of view.
And they are on the attack once more now with Connor Carew. Comes now to Jack Doyle. Doyle pops a pass to Luke Murphy. Murphy again happy to go into the middle, and Alan Nicholas in possession for Monaleen. Brings it beyond the 45. Hand pass inside to O'Dollig. Lovely step from Donnacha O'Dollig. Tries to hand pass to Luke Murphy. Gets it at the second attempt. Donnacha O'Dollig.
It's a great score.
Strikes it, drops short to Jeffrey Alfred, who finds Cian Sparling and Adare looking to come out from their defensive zone. They've done so, easy for me to say, very well in the end here, Adare, and it is Jack Fitzgerald plays it out now to Davy Lyons, but again, very positive attack from Monaleen. Just the finish wasn't there. Didn't get all of that shot.
He definitely didn't, and I from our angle, I was sure it was sailing over the bar, but clearly didn't get all the boot on it. But what I like about Monaleen also is when they are turning the ball over, they're pressing Adare straight away. They're not giving them an easy out. And I know Adare are out at the moment, but I like to see that, because if you get your turnovers there, you're more likely going to have a score, even a goal straight away.
Huey Burke now, never the danger man furthest to their side, gets that pass away to Shane Costello. Shane O'Connor now taking his man on, has been fouled. Shane O'Connor advantage for Adare. Huey Burke switch of play. Mikey Brown says, we're going to blow this one up. Much to the chagrin of a couple of players, Keane Sparling and Robbie Burke, not happy that the referee saw that there was no advantage over there. I think the fact that the ball went backwards made the referee's mind up.
The calls were coming in straight away, get the shot away, but Huey Burke just wasn't in a position to take a shot and tried to shift the ball across the field so that there would be a shooter. But Robbie Burke is making his languid way over. Hopefully he's recovered from that previous knock, and this is a kick that's going to suit his style, I think.
2-point opportunity here, Tommy, as well. The free has been brought outside the arc, millimetres I think outside the arc, but I think he's going to take every advantage he can here, Robbie Burke, in trying to strike this one. Tommy, we've seen it already from the 45 he kicked. This should be no problem distance-wise for Robbie.
We've got a great angle on this one, John, but no problem with distance. Just it will be sweeping slightly across the goals. Post could come into play here.
That's Robbie Burke. They're leading by 4 points to 3. Kicks at Robbie Burke. Absolutely sweet as a nut. There was plenty of metres left on that one. First 2-pointer of the game, and it comes from Robbie Burke free.
And there's a lesson there as well. I suppose that you have to be so careful with your tackling. Lazy tackling just outside the D. If you're outside the 45 and there's lazy tackling, it's not as penal. But here you really have to be careful that you're not giving away easy frees in or around the area. Quick ball inside to Torpy, I think.
Mark Torpy there tries to get the hand pass, but breaks kindly for Conor Carew and Monaleen. Carew, plenty of hands on him, does well to hold on to possession, get it back to Niall Lochran. Into the middle of the park it comes to Tygo Shukru for Monaleen. Shukru again going beyond the 45, forced to come back as Niall Lochran in support, and it's Lochran that takes possession on before finding Conor Carew. Into the middle once more for Luke Murphy, and Monaleen 6 points to 3 down now. And Tommy, that is an advantage of the new rules. Just like that, a 1 point deficit turns into 3.
Yeah, as we get a chance here in front of the goals, we should get a shot away.
Niall Lochran playing it back. Alan Nicholas won't be shy in taking it on. Nicholas has struck that one absolutely brilliantly. That's a superbly worked score from Monaleen, and that is what they are capable of.
And how you manage to create those scoring opportunities, there has to be so much movement in or around that D. You do not want to be passive and pass the ball, recycle the ball from left to right, and you don't want to do it slowly. And we saw that in a couple of the games so far in the Limerick Senior Football Championship. It's the teams who can I suppose fracture the defence, pull them slightly out of shape, and take the best of those one-on-ones that will be the ones that will take advantage and be the last 4 in the championship.
And it is Shane O'Connor now in possession for Adare. He struck that one, Shane O'Connor. He had options inside as well, and that is the call from the inside forward line. Not like Shane O'Connor to make a poor decision like that.
It kind of looked like he was between decisions there, what he was going on, but very important score there for Alan Nicholas just to keep them within touching distance again. They get the kick out away.
Quick kick out, short kick out from Dermot Deneen to Jack Doyle. First half substitute on this Monaleen side. It is Monaleen down that far wing before coming into the middle to Hempenstall. And it's Tygo Shukru, who's been very, very busy in this opening half, as has the man in possession for Monaleen now. Donegal Dálaigh is going to have a go off his left. Oh my word, what a score.
Beauty.
Just over the bar from Donegal Dálaigh.
Absolute beauty.
And well, you know, we've seen him playing hurling a fair bit with Limerick. But my God, if he keeps up this kind of form, Jimmy Lee is here and watching this performance from Donegal Dálaigh, and if he can get a word in his ear before full time, might have a fairly good football player in their hands here.
What's most impressive about that movement, obviously they're looking to get him on the ball. His movement is so fast and quick. He's in front of his man all the time. I think that's something that they're going to have to look at. But on that occasion, the same movement again, went across his man, dummied inside, came back outside, but it was the left leg that he kicked with that time, and it seemed so fluid. Here Adare counter-attacking.
They are indeed here. Ball coming to Shane O'Connor. O'Connor now.
Oh, it's a great kick pass.
Switch of play, beautiful into Joe Sweeney. Sweeney, if he could have caught it first time, maybe a goal chance. Diverting back to Hughie Burke, and that is sent between the posts.
Oh, we're getting our scores, John.
Yeah, it's starting to liven up a bit as we reach the half-time whistle.
Yeah, lovely score again. That counter-attack and that swift counter-attack. Look, you've got the pace of Adare there. Paul Maher, Keane Sparling, Joe Sweeney, Davy Lyons. They're all looking to push the ball forward quickly. And it's not, any guy's not taking more than one play on the ball. It's a hop or a solo, and the ball is away straight away.
Dermot Dineen with the kick out, and it's worked for Monaleen here. Alan Nicholas had a chance to win that one. That's a gorgeous pick up by Jack Kenny though. Monaleen moving forward quickly into Torpy. Mark Torpy now coming back out to Alan Nicholas. Nicholas trying to find a gap to find Jack Kenny. It's off to Luke Murphy off his left. Luke Murphy wouldn't be known as a scorer, Luke Murphy, and well, he's so good in his build-up play, Luke. It's a poor finish though.
Yeah,
he won't be happy with that.
It's a poor percentage shot really, and he looked like, he looked like he wasn't that comfortable over it. He'd love to seem like there was plenty Monaleen forwards, and in the attack at that occasion, and he could have probably recycled it one more time, maybe 2 more passes to get to a man in a better position, but there's another chance spurned as well. 7 points to 5. The game is really heating up.
It really is here as Jeffrey Alfred gets ready. So restart comes to this near sideline right in front of us in the commentary position. Hughie Burke rising highest and wins possession. Hand pass now inside to Paul Maher. Brilliant from Hughie Burke. Maher now trying to just maybe get one more score for Adare before the break here. Maher outside to Davy Lyons. Hughie Burke comes back on the angle. Well hit over there. Advantage though accruing to Monaleen. A chance for Robbie Burke outside the scoring arc again just before the break.
And we see another side to Hughie Burke there, calling for the kick out, claiming the kick out, and straight away the solo and go. The quick counter attacks that make it there such a huge threat, and then you got the second threat of every time there's a free to be taken outside the arc. You've got Robbie Burke stepping up, and I won't say it's 100%, but it's close enough.
And it will probably, Tommy, the last kick of the game. We're coming up to 2 minutes of additional time being played. By the time he takes this free, could be a 9-5 lead for Adare, and whatever breeze, then there isn't really any breeze to be notified of, to be honest. But a 4-point lead would be huge for Adare.
It would be big. It's almost like it's 9 points to 5. It's almost double scores, and I don't think it's reflective of the game, John.
So it's Burke already landed 2-point free earlier in this half. Struck that one very well. Does it have the accuracy? Just to the right and wide. And that is the halftime whistle here in Bruff in the Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship Group 1 Round 5 clash. It is Monaleen leading. Sorry, it's Adare leading Monaleen 7 points to 5 at the break. Tommy, your thoughts on that first half?
It mightn't be the right thing to say, but in many ways I'm glad that he missed a free, because it just keeps the sides closer together, and I think we're in for a really strong second half. There's so many positives to take from both sides. I would say that attacking sides are probably on top for both, that both attacking units seem to be able to make those scoring opportunities whenever they can. So it's a very, very nice game to watch. Really enjoying it and looking forward to the second half.
Yeah, half time here in Bruff. It's Adare leading Monaleen by 7 points to 5. Join us for the second half shortly. Dermot Dineen, and it is Adare on the front foot once more. Shane Costello gets a hand pass away off to Davy Lyons. That should be the first score of the afternoon here in Bruff. Plays this one in around the edge of the square. It's played across. Goal chance here for Adare. It's blocked. Still there for Adare. The shot comes in and it's over the bar. Maybe Jack English got it. Turns again into the middle. Lovely pass from him now off to Costello. Costello inside the scoring arc will go for the 1-pointer and gets it to Shane Costello. And Tommy balance. Here's Monaleen now on the front foot with Donegal O'Donnell. He'll switch back on to take it on. Donegal O'Donnell's a lovely strike from O'Donnell.
Sweet
classy score for Donegal O'Donnell. We take a shot group with this free for Monaleen, and a shot group looks to have got that one. He has indeed. 3 points. Oh no, he's going to be how good his left boot is. Struck that one absolutely perfectly as well. Gets that pass away. It's Jack Kenny for Monaleen. Still going forward with it. Jack Kenny, can he do anything with it? He certainly can. Super. Can Kenny? Robbie Burke, they're leading by 4 points to 3. Kicks it, Robbie Burke. Absolutely sweet as a nut. There was plenty of metres left as it turns into 3.
Yeah, as we get a chance here in front of the goals, we should get a shot away.
Niall Loughlin playing it back. Alan Nicholas won't be shy and taking it on. Nicholas has struck that one absolutely brilliantly. That's busy in this opening half, as has the man in possession for Monaleen now. Donegal Dalek is going to have a go off his left. Oh my word, what a score. Beauty. Just over the bar from Donegal Dalek. Which played beautiful into Joe Sweeney. Sweeney, if he could have caught it first time, maybe a goal chance. Diverting back to Hughie Burke, and that is sent between the posts.
Oh, we're getting our score.
Welcome back to Bruff for the second half of this Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship clash between Adare and Monaleen. It's the county championship holders that lead by 7 points to 5 at the break. Adare leading Monaleen by 2. Tommy Stack joins me once more for the second half. Tommy, plenty to play for in this game. We were talking, during that half-time break off air that there's plenty in this for Monaleen still. A lot of positives to take from that first half.
Well, obviously it's a key half for Monaleen because they want to finish as high as they can up the table, and there are times during the first half there where you'd be so impressed with what Monaleen brought, but you need that consistency all the way through, and I think some of what let them down was their shot taking towards the end, particularly in the first 15 minutes where they only had 1 point on the board. But as they came into the game, they looked like a very, very even match for Adare, and that's a good thing to be said because Adare, we know, have been the standard bearers for so long.
Indeed they have. Just a quick score update from the other two games taking place in Group 1 that started at the same time as this game. It is Napiershik trailing Father Casey's by 1 point, 19 to 18 in that one, and it is also Ula leading Rathkeil by 10 points to 16. So 1 point advantages in those two games, 2 point advantage here. Great to see that tightness across
it's something
the
to play for in every single game, and you want that going down to the last game. You want a competitive game. You want games where something, you're trying to avoid relegation, or you're trying to get into that knockout stages. You're trying to be top of the group.
And that, Tommy, the introduction as we get back underway here in Bruff, the introduction of those relegation semi-finals has brought a new dimension as well.
It has. When it was just one before, it was a difficult one to sell some of those last group matches, but every match in the championship, both Group 1 and Group 2, seems to have some sort of an implication.
I'm just seeing a substitute on the field for Adare at the start of the second half. Looks like Mike Keane has come into the play for Adare, wearing number 19. We will update you with, as soon as we can, with who is gone off the Adare side. Mike Keane is definitely on the field as Jack Kenny on the attack for Monaleen. Kenny will want it on his left boot if he's going to take a shot on, opts not to, gets it back to Derek Kennedy. As Kennedy now looking backwards for Monaleen. Niall Loughran inside to Luke Murphy. Murphy now has Tygo Shukru on the arc, heading towards the scoring arc to Tygo Shukru. Hand pass inside to Peter Hempenstill, and it is outside once more to Jack Kenny as Monaleen move forward once more. Alan Nicholas taking the pass in the middle of the park. Teammate coming on the arc, Torpy coming out from his full forward position, gets it back onto his right. Torpy strikes it. Doesn't look like it's going to trouble Jeffrey Alfred there. Wide ball.
Excellent movement from Monaleen in the forward line. Really, really good. They kept every single Adare defender busy, moving, and they created the space for that scoring opportunity there. Kickouts again are going to be key in this half.
Push on the back there on Hugh Burke, but
Davy Lyons.
It's Davy Lyons now. He's got Joe Sweeney in front of him, moving onto his trusty left boot. Loses it though, does Davy Lyons. He just overdid it slightly there. He's disappointed there. Robbie Burke doing well though, putting pressure here on the Monaleen player, and he's done very, very well there, Jack Doyle, to come away from that situation. Now the pass coming to Andrew Carney. Carney up the line, 50-50 ball. It's won by the Adare defender. On that occasion it was Paul Maher, and Mike Keane coming away strongly with that possession though. It's knocked out of his hand by Andrew Carney, picked up there by Joe Sweeney. Monaleen tackling ferociously here on Shane O'Connor, and that one, well, Conla Dwin might be have a problem here. Yeah, and there's been something said. Shane O'Connor has said something to referee Mikey Brown, and that one's going to go the full 50 metres, I think, Tommy, isn't it?
Yeah, Mikey's going to make you sorry you said a word to him, it looks like today. So if players haven't learned from the very first half when he made that decision, but a very physical confrontation here just right under us. We had Jack Doyle winning the ball, losing the ball, winning it again, then shifting it out to the left, and then you had Andrew Carney and Conall O'Dwyn really defending hard while Adare were trying to work it out. I love those little confrontations. It's clearly like everybody is full on for this game.
That's great to see, as well as Tygo Shukru slots that one over the bar. 1 point game here in Bruff. And Tommy, we saw a great last 10 minutes of that half, and it's really been brought into the start of the second half too.
The aggression there, the motivation just to get on the ball or make life difficult for the opposition, it's key. You're out motivated, you're ready to go. It's like that warm up before the first half. It sets the trend for what's going to go on.
And it is that score from Monaleen here as Jeffrey Alford goes along with it. Whatever breeze picked up a little bit at half time here is in Adare's favour in the second half. Conall O'Dwyn has it now for Monaleen, under pressure from Andrew Lane.
Beautiful.
Lovely ball inside to O'Dolig, who's been excellent in that first half. Lovely run from Mark Torpy too. Lovely stuff from Monaleen. O'Shuckrew to level Leighton, hit it to the left and wide there. Tygo O'Shuckrew. Oh, that would have been one of the scores of the game, Tommy, if he'd notched that one.
Well, I love the variation in the play. You have that kick pass inside, the off-the-shoulder runner. Then what we had with O'Shuckrew is that he came across his man, and it was probably a good angle, but a couple of Adare lads in his way just made again that line of vision very, very hard to cope with.
Short kick out there to Mike Keane for Adare. I think it's Oran Collins that Oran Collins
Looks
is
like
there. No, Oran Collins is there. We'll try and update you, just trying to figure out who has gone off this Adare side in that first half. Maybe Stephen Flynn could be the guy. I think it's Stephen Flynn, in fact, that has left the Adare side at half time. So we finally confirmed that one anyway, Tommy. And that's Adare's first substitute of the game coming at half time, and it is Mike Keane on for Stephen Flynn. It's Monaleen in possession now, and they've came out with renewed vigour here at the start of this half. Andrew Carney inside. That one goes to Ger Clancy. It's Dara Kennedy now for Monaleen. Hand pass over the head. And Peter Hempinstill picked up on that far side by Niall Loughran. Forced to come inside, doing very well, carries it well. Alan Nicholas now in possession for Cosgrove side. Dara Kennedy, hand pass now to Torpy, who was quiet in that first half. He's had a good start to the second half. Luke Murphy taking on his man Jack Fitzgerald on that occasion. Now it's off to Hempinstill again, still going with it. Hempinstill under pressure. Challenge coming in from Davy Lyons, and Adare have forced a turnover with Paul Maher and Jack Torpy, or Mark Torpy's challenge on Paul Maher. Well, he'll do well probably not to receive a yellow for that one. Swinging arm, they'll call it in rugby league. Well, they'll call it the same in Gaelic football, I suppose.
Mikey doesn't look like he's too keen on taking any cards out of his pocket, but on the previous play there, Hempinstill made a great run to get the ball from very, very deep, but didn't have a plan for what was going to go on afterwards, and it turned out to be a turnover. But both sides really attacking it. It's such a physical game at the moment. There's loads of hits. It's a great watch.
It is a great watch as Hughie Burke, and very much in the
what a
quarterback
ball.
position. What a pass indeed.
Pinpoint
to
position.
Owen Costello. He's done that a couple of times in this game, Hughie Burke. Mike Keane has it now. Hand pass inside to Maher, and it's Burke again. Dummies the hand pass, takes on Niall Loughran, is fouled and still beat him to Hughie Burke. Still going with a lovely pass now to Joe Sweeney. Sweeney under pressure from Dara Kennedy. That's a foul as well, and that's poor from Monaleen. Yeah. Certainly in that position where it gives Robbie Burke a chance to notch another 2-pointer. Well, they won't get the chance now, maybe, because
but they get the chance of, if they want to come out, I think they can. Have they got that opportunity? Probably still. I would imagine the best opportunity here, or best decision, is for them to keep the scoreboard ticking over with a 1-pointer. Takes the risk completely out of the 2-point opportunity, but again, we have disciplinary issues.
When it's in front of the post like that from 13 metres, I suppose you have to tap it over the bar. Yeah. And that's exactly what you would expect Hughie Burke to do. But both sides now falling foul of the referee for commenting it. I think that if they haven't learned at this stage, Tommy, Burke slots that high over the bar, and again it's a 2-point lead for Adare, 1 point apiece in the second half.
Comment there on a few of the lovely long hand passes that have been played into the full forward line. So there's often a thought that it has to be a kick pass that's played into the full forward line, but because of the space that's afforded now to lads in the full forward line, and that area in front of them that could be free a lot of the time, there's a lovely long hand pass that can be played into there. Poor kick out by Deneen.
Nice one there by Jack English. Poor delivery from English to match it. Andrew Carney under pressure there. He's won a free too as the Monaleen cornerback. Got away with that one. Connor Crew plays it across to Tygo O'Shuckrew. Pass from O'Shuckrew along the ground now. Out to Jack Doyle. It's up the line to Niall Loughran. Loughran looking inside. Options inside. Goes backwards with the hand pass. So O'Shuckrew once more. In fact, it's Alan Nicholas in possession. Apologies. Nicholas to Donegal O'Dolig. Back to Conal O'Dwyn. And Conal plays it to this near side to Luke Murphy. It's Murphy taking his man on back to Torpy. Torpy looks at goal before going back outside to Donegal O'Dolig. O'Dolig, switch of play by him, and it's a good switch of play too. Chance maybe for Loughran to take on his man. In fact, it's not. It's Jack Kenny. Hand pass from Kenny. Doesn't go to plan initially. Ends up in the hands of a teammate, Niall Loughran that time. Luke Murphy now has O'Shuckrew with him. Decides to go backwards to Donegal O'Dolig. O'Dolig now over the top. It's patient build up from Monaleen, but Adare going well back into their defensive set too, Tommy.
Yeah, the width isn't there at the moment from Monaleen, so it's very easy for Adare just to defend that middle area, and it's going to be a tough one to break down for them.
Conal O'Dwyn taking on Robbie Burke. Burke doing a diligent job, comes in with the challenge, putting O'Dwyn under severe pressure. He's done well to hold on to it. Inside now to the middle to Luke Murphy. Murphy needs to switch this quickly, does so out to Alan Nicholas, and they've finally got a bit of wit on this attack. Now it's Kenny. He scored a lovely one off his left in that first half, still going with
what a pass.
Across to Luke Murphy. Murphy does well to get a pass away first time. O'Shuckru back to O'Dollig. They're really working hard are both sides in this one. Dara Kennedy gets that pass away again. Shooting chance now for Peter Hempinstall, and Hempinstall has put that to the right and wide. And from Monaleen's point of view, probably not the right guy in the right position it was to take the shot on, not the player that wanted it.
Yeah, it's still a poor miss. Like you're 25 yards out just on a slight angle. That should be nailed between the posts every time. But credit to both sides there. I'm looking at and Monaleen, who constantly just moved the ball, and again, just what they managed to do was keep the defence busy. Every single defender was kept busy to create the space for that opportunity. So a great matchup. Every time we go forward, we seem to have both forward and attacking units matching up. Brilliant inside ball.
Davy Lyons with that pass in now to Shane O'Connor. Goal chance maybe here. O'Connor shoots, is blocked. The rebound comes, and it was a foul there back on Shane Costello. Or Shane O'Connor, I should say. A little tug on the jersey is the indication from the referee there. It was a good block and hoofed away in the end by the Monaleen defender, but it does result on a relatively straightforward free. Was it Conor Carew that got the block?
I think it came off Conor Carew's head.
You've seen the replay.
No,
there.
just the hands in front of the head. Yeah, and it wasn't enough. He clearly was going for a goal, Shane O'Connor. Yeah, Shane O'Connor was going for that goal. I mean, he wasn't too far out. He was looking to hit it into the top corner.
As we've seen many times over the last few years, Shane O'Connor well capable of doing just that, as Hughie Burke makes it a 3-point game with another straightforward free for Adare, where we think are about to bring on another substitute here. Jack English's afternoon is over. He's not too happy about it. And the man coming on for Adare wearing number 24 is Mikey Lyons.
Hold on.
There's a substitute for Tommy.
Mikey Lyons, look, he's brilliant. Mikey and Davey, they're just absolute Rolls Royces when the ball is in hand. You'd like it to be in no one else's hand, to be honest.
And we are back on the way to Adare winning that one. Doesn't break kindly down. Peter Hempinstall doesn't win it. Shane Costello plays it along the line to Hughie Burke, and this could be dangerous for Monaleen. Burke has beaten Andrew Carney. He's going to get a shot away. He's going to come back outside instead. Hand pass from Hughie Burke, gets that pass away. Is that a score immediately? It is indeed. I think is it Shane Costello that's got it. It's a beautiful score either way, Tommy.
Yeah, Hughie Burke just holding up the ball again, keeping the defenders busy. So when Hughie Burke has the ball, every defender is kind of on the goal side of his man, which creates the opportunity for the lads outside. What an absolute gem of a score that was.
Yeah, beautiful score on that occasion.
5-point gap now, John.
Yeah, and it was a 2-pointer as well from Shane Costello. So second 2-pointer of the game, first one from play, and it's Monaleen on the move once again.
So important for Monaleen to get the next score now. They can't be turnover again. That's just great double teaming there from Adare, making sure that Conal O'Dwyn had to be kept busy with the ball. He was, and he just a little bit lazy while he was carrying the ball. Paul Maher. Yeah,
Paul Maher now has Costello with him. He's been very good in this game. Shane Costello is looking to add again, and that's glorious from the Adare number 13. Beautiful score, and they're just upping the levels a bit here now.
And it's their ability when they get those turnovers to shift the ball quickly up the field and create scoring opportunities. But you need to have guys up front who can take advantage as well. And Shane Costello is having such a fine game today. We're only 42 minutes in, and straight away he's kind of one of the guys that you'd be thinking about that's making a huge difference here today.
And Luke Murphy is the man down injured here for Monaleen. Is his afternoon over as well? Seems to be done, and a substitute on now as well for Monaleen. I'll confirm that one in a moment. Wearing number 19, it's Aaron Kennedy is on for Monaleen. So big loss to their team, Luke Murphy.
Yeah, huge. He was on an incredible amount of ball, but Robbie Burke up winning the ball. Here we go, Adare again going through on goals. Can they take advantage? Costello, Robbie Burke
ships it on straight away to Andrew Lane. They're looking for a goal here. It's a good bit of defensive work. I think it was the full back there, Ger Clancy, timed his interception very well. It was do or bust there for Ger Clancy, and he did the right thing as it turned out. Looked to be an overlap there for Adare, and another goal, or a first goal in this game. Tommy would have certainly put it to bed if it hasn't been already here. And there's a little push there off the ball by a Monaleen player, and it is going to be a free to Adare. Everything going to Adare's favour at the moment.
We're just going to say it there, there's momentum, but Adare really have it at the moment. Paul Maher going right through the defence. He's fouled, he'll probably pop it off or tap and go. tapping and going. He's got that 50-yard rule again. Yeah, any tug or any chance of a player slowing a potential tap and go down, it's a 50-yard rule. So this is an easy free again. This will be taken by Huey Burke, no doubt.
Yeah, another opportunity here.
Very, very streetwise today, Adare. They're just doing the right things at the right time, keeping their cool, getting the ball out of their hands very, very quickly, where Monaleen are a little bit laboured on the ball. We go back a couple of plays there to Conlow to win. They had a good attacking opportunity, but he was double teamed because he hadn't a plan for what was going to go on. So, the scoreboard has been blown open very, very quickly.
And that's what teams like Adare can do to you. If you're just a little bit off, just for a couple of minutes, and it was done in a very, very quick space of time. 12 minutes or 10 minutes ago, Tommy, it was 8 points to 6, not even that, 7 points to 6 10 minutes ago, and now it's 12 points to 6, and that's what Adare can do. Well, this one comes in from Huey Burke straight over the red spot here in Brough, 13 points to 6.
And
straightforward.
Yeah, it is, and it does increased pressure now. You've got the momentum and the motivation that the Monaleen or the Adare lads have at the moment, and how are they going to adjust? How are the kickouts for Monaleen going to stand up here as well? You've got them. You can see the body language of the Monaleen players. They're a little bit slumped over. I mean, it's a very hard one to figure out at the moment, because Adare are going to bring on subs. They're bringing on subs, and they know they're going to do the same job as the lads who started.
Indeed, they are here. The substitute now is Ollie Desmond on for Andrew Lane.
Ollie Desmond,
Dara Lane, I should say.
Ollie Desmond is a brilliant underage player, great rugby player also, but brilliant player. Loads of attacking impetus in him.
That's Dara Lane. I think I was calling him Andrew. Apologies for the lanes there. That's Dara Lane. That's the part of the action now for a dominant Adare side. Mikey Lyons playing this one inside. Tight marking this time on Shane Costello. And it's Monaleen that have it. They have a free as well. And that's a feature of what Monaleen did in this game. That last free from Huey Burke was a 2-pointer as well, Tommy.
Yeah,
14-6.
That's I think that option that you have. So the referee brings it inside that deep, but you can take it out if you want to, and make it a 2-point scoring opportunity.
And there's Monaleen now with it all to do here in the final quarter.
Brilliant turnover again.
Turnover from Keane Sparling. Ball breaks though kindly from Monaleen on this occasion. And heading down that right hand side, Alan Nicholas push on the back of Alan Nicholas. He has a free. Nicholas will move it as quickly as he can here. Solo and go from Alan Nicholas. Flicks it inside. It's a good flick inside too. To Niall Loughran. Maybe a goal needed here from Monaleen. Can they fashion opportunity? It's Tygo Shuckrew, I think, that was coming across there. He went for it. And I think it was Tygo Shuckrew that got the shot away in the end. Just over the bar, indeed it was.
Yeah, Niall Loughran's having a really strong game for Monaleen. He's been on the ball umpteenth times, and he's just, every time Monaleen get on the ball, he's looking to be a part of the give and go game, but he's one of the few that stepped up in the second half so far.
And Jeffrey Alfred with this kick out. Goes short, looking for Hugh Burke. Will push on the back. Dara Kennedy just too tight in the end. Hugh Burke gets that free. Off now to Keane Sparling once more. Sparling. Good run from him. Looking for a bit of help. He's done well to just beat two players a little solo. And a lovely pick up from Hugh Burke. He's been fouled as well. Another chance for Adare here if they want to take it on. Option coming here into the middle to Hugh Burke. Burke gets the strike away and gets the point again, and going through the motions now from Adare, but it's very impressive motions.
It is indeed. The ability of Huey Burke to kick the ball over the shoulder. He really brought his leg up high to make sure that anybody who was standing in front of him wouldn't have got the block down. He really changed his technique up for that kick. 15
points to 7 now in Adare's favour. 8-point lead, and really long way back from Monaleen.
Yeah, kick out problems as well. Kick out problems big time. Anything that's been kicked out the middle, Robbie Burke, and again the break forward from Adare.
Yeah, Joe Sweeney winning that one in the air. That's what you want your midfielders to be doing. Davy Lyons strikes this one in towards Shane O'Connor. Mikey Brown, the referee, has spotted something here. Not quite sure what happened there, Tommy, but it's enough for Monaleen. Is a Conor Carew that's in a bit of trouble with the referee here.
They're having a productive conversation, it looks like, John.
It's going to be a free to Adare either way.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was, to be honest, but he's the only guy, I think Carew is the only guy who's arguing the decision. So again, Robbie Burke is probably going to take this one. It looks like it could be another 2-point scoring opportunity. But it's been what you'd expect from Adare the latter part of the competition. Adare stepping up, using the bench well. The big guys stepping up hugely. It's been Paul Maher, Hughie Burke, Cian Sparling, the guys that have done it year in, year out again, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop.
Paul Kenny has come into the Monaleen side for Alan Nicholas, their latest sub here as Robbie Burke. Lines this one off midway between the 45 and 65. Struck it, looks to be tailing to the left, kept in play. It's a great catch back there actually. It's a free out to Monaleen. Great take back there as well, has to be said. Not quite sure who got their hands
I think
in it.
It was in the face of plenty of opposition as well. The counter-attack has started, but if you look at Monaleen's counter-attack at the moment, it's taken them 5 and 6 passes to get past their own 45-yard line, and it's been turned over, in fact.
Yeah, Robbie Burke had it. It was Andrew Carney that caught that one at the end line moments ago from Monaleen, their number 4. And here is Paul Kenny now in possession. Kenny with that hand pass. Off it comes to Tygo Shukru inside, just over the head of Mark Torpey. And it's gone out over the end line.
It's a good enough job there done by Jack Fitzgerald, just keeping his body goal side. I think when the ball was kicked in by Tygo Shukru, he was just trying to get it straight to the hand so that Torpey would have been able to shift the ball back inside to the big runners, but it just didn't go to hand again. And I suppose that's you're looking at the fine margins there between goal scoring opportunities, point scoring opportunities, and then just it falling a bit flat.
Substitute on the Adare side. Shane O'Connor has gone off. We'll just double check who's gone in. It is number 22 on the Adare side. That is Michael O'Mahony. Or Mikey O'Mahony on for Adare. It's Torpey winning this one. Conal O'Dwyn on the run for Monaleen, who need something, and they need something special fairly quickly here. Jack Kenny in possession off his right. Kenny strikes that one very, very well. Lovely score from him. An impressive player throughout as well, Tony.
Yeah, simplicity there. It was Torpey winning the break underneath, and Conal O'Dwyn attacking the space hard. Nice score indeed. Nice score. You love to see lads running at a bit of pace, flat-footing defenders, then shooting past them and kicking nice scores inside the left-right foot.
Indeed, there. Good score from Kenny, but it does make just a slight dent on the scoreboard. From Monaleen's point of view, 15 points to Adare lead. We have just 9.5 minutes left of this Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship Group 1 Round 5 clash here. The winner, of course, looking like Adare at the moment as Davy Lyons takes that one on. That one's to the left and wide. It will come back for advantage, though, Tommy. It does look like Adare are going to make it into the semi-finals.
Yeah, Monaleen just, is it 2 or 3 points they kicked in this half? It's not good enough. It really isn't good enough, and they haven't even created that many opportunities. I was just about to comment in the 35th minute that Adare didn't have possession inside Monaleen's half so far, but since that 5th minute of the second half, they've made absolute wreck. And Hughie Burke about to probably slot another point over the bar here, but it's just a midfield area. It's their ability to convert from a turnover, counter-attack, and get up the field quickly, create those scoring opportunities, and those skill players in those forward areas, the likes of Shane Costello, who has been magic today, by the way, creating a bit of space for himself and kicking lovely scores and feeding the ball around the place to the rest of the scorers.
Hughie Burke to add to his ever-growing total, and such a smooth action, Tommy, as well. Just slots that one, no problem whatsoever.
It's very, very interesting for Hughie's kicking. Obviously, he kicked a 2-pointer there not so long ago, but generally he doesn't come out for those 2-pointers. He leaves them for his brother, and I've noticed throughout the years as well that his accuracy tends to go down the further he comes towards that arc as well. So good to see him kicking that 2-pointer earlier.
Dermot Deneen kicks this one again. It's won by Adare. Inside now to Mikey Lyons off to Sparling. He's looking for Peter Hempenstell. Was there for Monaleen, but couldn't gain control of the ball, and possession is lost. Out for a sideline, taken quickly and short to Cian Sparling. Sparling now looking for a bit of support. Has it in the form of Davy Lyons. Lyons now just outside the scoring arc, gets inside to it, strikes that one, strikes it high, but the higher it went, the further the accuracy went with it, and it's another wide for Adare.
Certainly didn't come off the boot right there. Davy Lyons is a much more accomplished kicker than that, and he'd be very disappointed. But again, finds himself in a space where he can kick those scores or can have those opportunities. He's an absolute role choice as well, Davy Lyons.
Dermot Deneen, in fairness, he's trying his best to find players from the kick-out, but Adare have spread very well as Conal O'Dwyn wins that one. Very accurate kick-out this time in towards, and it was Jack Kenny, and
Some of those kick passes just slightly off, and it makes a huge impact on how the play goes from then on. But O'Donnell hasn't been on the ball. We saw how much impact he has. I'm sure Adare identified that at half-time and said, let's get the bodies on O'Donnell. Anytime he's on the ball, let's make sure he isn't in space or there's 2 or 3 men on him. O'Shukru.
Yeah, he's kept going all game, has O'Shukru, off to Kenny, who has done exactly the same. And Jack
Nice
Kenny
score.
takes that one. Lovely little shimmy, shooting from left to right, darting from left to right, I should say, and popping that one over as well.
Yeah, the ability of every forward out there now has come into question. Every time they get the ball anywhere around that D area, they're encouraged to take on the man if that opportunity arises. So you're scanning to see what's there in front of you. Is there a scoring opportunity on? And can I use my skills? Can I use my skill set, my evasiveness, dodging, whatever it needs to be to get away from my man?
Our substitute on for Adare. We'll confirm that one in a moment. Shane Costello has gone off. It's number 21 on the Adare side, and that is David O'Mahony. So they're certainly giving plenty of players a run this afternoon, have the ability to do so. As Paul Maher heads in, goal chance here straight away. Back it comes to Davy Lyons. Davy Lyons will just try to pop that over the bar, and that's exactly what he's done. They don't need a goal Adare here. They're slotting away and marauding to a big victory here.
And it must be said, look, we've got a few of the Monaleen players that are not ready to play today. You've got Darren Murray here in front of us, who's clearly struggling with an injury. You've got Shane Dolan, who's not playing today. There's quite a few others that aren't available to them. So it definitely is, I suppose, a negative for them. They would have, I'd say, if they had their full strength, they'd be much better opposition for Adare. But right now you can see they're a much more streetwise team Adare are than Monaleen. Monaleen need to learn from this. They need to make sure that every day they go out that they can't turn over the ball as easy as David turned over for most of the second half.
Indeed, it has been a problem in the second half for Monaleen. It is another substitute on here, Tygo Shukru. Is he going off? It's not Tygo Shukru. Just waiting to see who's coming on.
Barry Griffin coming on, I think.
Barry Griffin.
Big Barry.
Big lad indeed is Barry Griffin.
Barry was the 21s this year, the 20s. He's a fair unit.
He's coming in there for Mark Torpy as well. And I think at this stage, Tommy, it's thrown in around the edge of the square and hope for the best.
Yeah, well, I think it's a tactic that
Adare
are going to have to figure out as well, who they put in that position to mark someone like Barry Griffin.
Robbie Burke has certainly filtered back. Here is Niall Loughran to the aforementioned Griffin. Shrugs off a couple of challenges, but again, they've got plenty of bodies around him. He's done well to find Donnacha O'Donnell there. 2 men on O'Donnell has been very much the case in this half. Donnacha O'Donnell done very well. Does very well to hold on. Pass wasn't the greatest to Conal O'Dwyn, but Monaleen have held on to possession. O'Dwyn does well to beat his man. Takes one on for distance, and that is an excellent score from Conal O'Dwyn. First 2-pointer of the game for Monaleen. And maybe just fresh impetus coming into the final stage. A 6-point game again.
Conal O'Dwyn is such an athletic player. Every time you see him going at it, he goes at it so hard when he has the ball in hand, and love to see him shooting from the edge of that area. He's got a brilliant shot as well.
And Jeffrey Alfred now with this kick out. The player's up and it's broken kindly to Jack Doyle. He's done very well. He's been hit late too here, but it's Barry Griffin in possession from Monaleen. That 2-pointer may have given him a bit of fresh impetus here. Badly needed fresh impetus has been lacking in this half, and it's a poor ball across there. It's probably one of the few mistakes Tygo Shukru has made all game. It's Adare on the counter now with Paul Maher. Maher challenged and fouled. Aaron Kennedy not agreeing with Mikey Brown with that decision, but
This is Paul Maher time for me anyway. Paul Maher is just a guy who gets on the ball late in the game, does the nuts and bolts well.
Wins you a game.
He wins you a game, he does. Well, when you're in front, he'll solidify your position as well. He's got just the brain for it. He's got the athleticism for it. He's got the engine for it also.
At times as well, slippery as an eel as well in a tackle.
Yeah.
You know,
kind of that goose step almost he gives as he's coming up to you.
And there's Adare now just with this 6-point advantage. Played into David O'Mahony. O'Mahony with the touch into his hand and moving forward with possession. As O'Mahony needs a bit of help here, David O'Mahony. He's lost possession though. He was on his own, and it's Conal O'Dwyn with a brilliant pass inside. Now it is Barry Griffin up against Jack Fitzgerald. Griffin taking on his man. Good work from Fitzgerald. Needs a bit of help here. Griffin finds it in the form of Tygo Shukru. Can he fashion a goal scoring chances? That's what they need here. It's Kenny. Paul Kenny there, it's hit the Adare man last 45 it will be, but they needed a goal there. I mean, Adare did very well to just snuff it out.
Adare had 6 guys inside their box. They were not conceding an easy goal anyway. If they were conceding a goal, it was going to have to be a stunner. But I thought Tiger Sugar was actually going to have a crack at a top corner there from maybe coming through from the outside of the box, but didn't take the shot. Monaleen back in play again.
Yeah, they've taken that 45 quickly here. It's Donegal O'Donnell with that strike, and O'Donnell hit the post, it breaks the Griffin. Goal chance still, tries to get the shot away, no foot block there, and Adare managed the situation very, very well indeed, and have a free to boot as well. The
a rugby tackle
on Cian Sparling there, the tackle coming in. And it was a hefty one. We'll leave it at that, I think.
Yeah, Barry Griffin's been on plenty ball when he's come in, but it's just been a little bit flat for him. He actually looks a bit like David Clifford because he's got those locks like David Clifford, but we haven't had the response like David Clifford might give.
No, it was Jack Kenny with the foul there and Cian Sparling. And Jeffrey Alford wasting no time and playing this one short to Oran Collins. Dispossessed there, Oran Collins by Jack Kenny. Done very, very well. Jack Fitzgerald, I should say, the man dispossessed. And it is Conal O'Dwyn now taking this one on. He skies that one to the left and wide. Had the advantage though. Not sure quite if he knew he had an advantage, but another 2-pointer here, Tommy. You know, if they can get it, just maybe make it interesting the last couple of minutes.
Well, we spoke about the momentum that Adare had earlier in the half. It's definitely not over yet. Like there's still a few minutes on the clock, and I'm sure Mikey Brown is going to play a few extra minutes as well. So a couple of 2-pointers here could make it interesting.
Tygo Shuckrew, as Jack Fitzgerald received a yellow card there as well. It's a Shuckrew a couple of metres in from his near touchline. The angle is very, very difficult. When a Shuckrew struck it, it's not going to hit the target. It's dropping in, it's dropping. O'Donnell is there, it's picked up though by the Monaleen defender, and it's cleared downfield to Hughie Burke back there, Tommy. Hughie Burke winning that dirty ball in around his own square.
It's crazy.
And turnover though by Monaleen. So O'Donnell that has it. It's quickly met by Owen Costello. O'Donnell looking for a bit of support. Hand passes it back to Dara Kennedy. Will they loft it in around the edge of the square? Peter Hempenstell now for Monaleen out to Paul Kenny. Not quite sure if that is Paul Kenny actually. Kenny was wearing number 20. Don't think that's him. We'll check that at a later date as Donegal O'Donnell has possession once more. Takes his man on and beats him too. Played in. Hits the post, and that was a tricky one. Did it take a deflection? I think maybe a free.
I think Monaleen are missing a small trick here. Every player is inside that D, so they're taking away the possibility of kicking a 2-pointer. I know it's late in the game, but it seemed like it's goal or nothing for them at the moment, and I know the time is ticking on, but you still, like, if the goal isn't done, you want to be able to flick it out to a guy who can take on a 2-pointer.
So Dalek is playing it in short. Good pick up there by Griffin. Hand pass comes to Donegal Dalek, and he's going to strike it. He struck it over the bar again, Donegal O'Donnell. So we are in additional time. We've played 45 seconds of it. Donegal O'Donnell gets another score from Monaleen.
Donegal O'Donnell could be getting a call from Jimmy Lee if he's not careful.
He has certainly been an impressive performer this evening. No question of that. It's been very impressive stuff from him. Let's kick out from Jeffrey Alfred. Looking for the run of Cian Sparling. It's a good kick out. Sparling does well to keep it in play. And down there's Mikey O'Mahony for Adare. It's gone out over the sideline. And Tommy, we're in that stage. We'll wait for the full-time whistle to give your man of the match, of course, kindly sponsored by Mike O'Connell Menswear. As Monaleen make another substitute, just coming on late. Another player coming on for Monaleen, wearing number 26. And that is Charlie Casey, Tommy. I'll let you know.
Yeah, Charlie, great player, lovely player. Great to see him coming on the field. Great experience for him. He's only 19, 20 years of age, but again, a guy with a great engine, tall guy, rangy guy, well able to take a mark. Great to see him making his presence felt for Monaleen senior football team.
Just waiting to see who's gone off the Monaleen side on that far side. There's Monaleen moving forward once again.
We've no board to tell us what subs are going on and off, which is very frustrating.
A little bit here as Griffin heading towards goal. Barry Griffin to O'Donnell. O'Donnell now. He's going to go low with it. Had to strike away. It's gone over the bar again, Tommy.
His movement is incredible, like absolutely incredible. You've got Barry Griffin, who's a guy who's a great ball winner, mightn't have the best skills after that, but when O'Donnell sees him getting on the ball, he's shooting out towards him, away from his man. He's able to create that space, and that gives him the opportunity to get those shots away. It's just a pity that Monaleen hadn't enough quality possession inside in that full forward line early in the half.
And I think they have another sub on here. Monaleen again. Connor Crew is gone off the side.
4-point game.
Yeah, 4-point game all of a sudden here in Bruff.
We've said it loads of times with the intercounty scene, John, but I'll tell you something, this game and momentum, it's got some way of changing things very, very quickly.
Yeah, it surely does here. Yeah, interesting game. Monaleen very much in the game for large parts, but Adare just picked up the pace a little bit. This one's in around the edge of the square. Jeffrey Alford taking no chances. Right option, safe punch away. And that is the full-time whistle here in Bruff. And it is a victory for Adare on a 17 points to 13 scoreline. Tommy Stack, your final thoughts on the game, and of course we'll ask you for Michael Connell menswear man of the match.
Yes, so 17 to 13. The scoreboard would look close enough, but in fact it was Adare that were well and truly the best team. They controlled so much of the second half. When they turned Monaleen over, which they did copious times around the middle third of the area, they took off really fast break, counter-attacking play at its best, ball to hand, one play, playing the ball forward all the time, looking to get those kick passes away. Robbie Burke, Hughie Burke, Paul Maher, Keane Sparling, so much to the fore, and they picked off their points at will. Many 2-pointers as well, which obviously gave them that buffer, and that late foray, that late splurge that Monaleen picked up. It was just that. It was late. It was too late. But they showed that there's plenty of quality in their team. Donegal Dálaigh really was a standing light for them, and Odin too. But I feel like that the right result has been achieved here today. They were much the better team and deserving of their win. My man of the match, I think he was fantastic throughout the game. Had a huge impact in the first half and early in the second half, allowing Adare to stretch their lead. Shane Costello, what a game he had.
Yeah, Shane Costello is your Michael Connell menswear man of the match. Stay with us for live reaction and highlights coming up in the next few minutes. My many thanks to Tommy Stack. I'll be back shortly with post-match interview from hopefully the man of the match, if not the man of the match, someone from the Adare side. Stay with us for that. Edge of the square, played across, goal chance here for Adare. It's blocked, still there for Adare. The shot comes in and it's over the bar. Maybe Jack English got it. Turns again into the middle. Lovely pass from him now off to Costello. Costello inside the scoring arc will go for the 1-pointer and gets it to Shane Costello. And Tommy balance. Here's Monaleen now on the front foot with Donegal Dálaigh. He'll switch back on to take it on. Donegal Dálaig's a lovely strike from Dálaigh.
Sweet
classy score for Donegal Dálaigh. We Tygo shot group with this free for Monaleen, and a shot group looks to have got that one. He has indeed. 3 point. Oh no, if you've seen him play, how good his left boot is. Struck that one absolutely perfectly as well. As that pass away, it's Jack Kenny for Monaleen, still going forward with it. Jack Kenny, can he do anything with it? He certainly can. Super. Can Kenny? Lovely work. They're leading by 4 points to 3. Kicks at Robbie Burke, absolutely sweet as a nut. There was plenty of meters left as it turns into 3.
Yeah, as we get a chance here in front of the goals, we should get a shot away.
Niall Loughlin playing it back, Alan Nicholas won't be shy in taking it on. Nicholas has struck that one absolutely brilliantly. Busy in this opening half, as has the man in possession for Monaleen now. Donegal Dálaigh is going to have a go off his left. Oh my word, what a score. Just over the bar from Donegal Dálaigh. Which played beautiful into Joe Sweeney. Sweeney, if he could have caught it first time, maybe a goal chance. Diverting back to Hughie Burke, and that is sent between the posts.
Oh, we're getting our scores, John. Those little confrontations, it's clearly like everybody is full on for this game.
That's great to see as well as Tygo Shotcrew slots that one over the bar. Both sides now falling foul of the referee for commenting it. I think that if they haven't learnt at this stage, Tommy, Burke slots that out.
He was looking to hit it into the top corner.
As we've seen many times over the last few years, Sean O'Connell well capable of doing just that, as Hughie Burke makes it a 3 and Andrew Carney. He's going to get a shot away, is he? He's going to come back outside instead. Hand pass from Hughie Burke, gets that pass away. Is that a score immediately? It is indeed. I think
Paul Maher.
Yeah, Paul Maher now has Costello with him. He's been very good in this game. Shane Costello is looking to add again, and that's glorious from the Adare number 13. Points to 6, not even. That's 7 points to 6 10 minutes ago, and now it's 12 points to 6, and that's what Adare can do. This one comes in from Hughie Burke straight over the red spot. Flicks it inside. It's a good flick inside too. Then now Loughlin. Maybe a goal needed here from Monaleen. And the fashion opportunity. It's Tygo Shutter there here if they want to take it on. Option coming here into the middle to you, Burke. Burke gets the strike away and gets the point again, and going in on the run for Monaleen, who need something, and they need something special fairly quickly here. Jack Canny in possession off his right. Canny strikes that one very, very well. Lovely score from him.
The ball around the place to the rest of the scorers.
Let's see where Burke at his ever-growing total, and such a smooth action, Tommy.
He isn't in space, so there's 2 or 3 men on him. O'Shukru.
Yeah, he's kept going all game. Has O'Shukru off to Canny, who has done exactly the same. And Jack Canny takes that one. Lovely little shimmy and run this afternoon. Have the ability to do so. Paul Maher heads in. Goal chance here straight away. Back it comes to Davy Lyons. Davy Lyons will just try to pop that over the bar, and that's exactly the greatest to Conal O'Dwyn. But Monaleen have held on to possession. O'Dwyn does well to beat his man. Takes one on from distance, and that is an excellent score from Conal O'Dwyn. Playing it in short. Good pick up there by Griffin. Hand pass comes to Donegal O'Donnell, and he's going to strike it. He struck it over the bar again, Donegal O'Donnell.
Which is very frustrating.
A little bit here as Griffin heading towards goal. Barry Griffin to O'Donnell. O'Donnell now he's going to go low with it. Joined now by Michael Collin Menswear Man of the Match, Shane Costello. Shane, your prize for winning a Man of the Match this afternoon. 17 points to 13 victory over Monaleen. It's semi-final spot booked. That's the objective at the start of the year. Quickest route to the semi-final. You've done exactly that.
Yeah, look, we did say at the start of the year that this year, more than ever, hitting a semi-final is very important, especially being a dual club. It's been great to have the hurlers join us now in the last few weeks, and we'll get a block of training now ahead of a big semi-final, and it'll be tough now this time of year as well. So just all about getting over the line today.
It was a very tricky game. You know, third quarter he excelled. I think it was 7 points to 6 at one stage. Scored the next 6 scores. That was the winning of the game for you. A couple of lovely scores from yourself as well, of course.
Yeah, look, to be fair, at half time we talked about coming out and making a good start, but they flew out of the traps. They came back very strong, but look, shows the character of our side. We've been here before. We didn't panic, and look, we got the scoreboard moving. We were dominant in that third quarter, but fair play to them, they got back into it in the fourth quarter. So by no means a perfect performance, but we're building, yeah.
You mentioned that experience. Of course, you are county champions from last year. There is a difficulty in, you know, being repeat champions. You've done that in the past before yourselves. What does it take, you know, from last year into this year? Is it a refocus type of thing where, you know, last year is obviously forgotten about and you set new objectives and goals?
Yeah, very much so. Look, to be honest, like, at the start of the year we're saying yes, we on top the group. Right now we're just thinking semi-final. We're not thinking final, we're not thinking last year, we're not thinking down the line, we're thinking our next game. Look, we have the advantage of maybe getting to see whoever it will be in a quarter-final, which would be nice to have, but right now it's just on semi-final. We're not thinking about finals or anything like that right now.
About the semi-finals, you know, the competitiveness in the senior football championship has definitely grown in the last couple of years. You've seen Munger St Paul's come to fruition, something similar to what you did. Outside of winning it, of course, is what you did when you came back up. But they've really hit the straps. Father Casey thereabouts, Monaleen, who were in relegation trouble last year, really put it up to today. So no matter who you're going to be playing that semi-final, it's going to be a very difficult task.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's actually brilliant for the county. I think just for interest of people in Limerick football, it's brilliant to have plenty of competitive teams, you know. I think, and for the championship, the standard then builds. Look, the new rules, it has added a new dimension to the game, and you can see that lots of teams now are competitive, and it's brilliant for Limerick football, and long may it continue.
Very good. Our Mike O'Connell menswear man of the match, Shane Costello. That's all from us here in Bruff this afternoon. Join us tomorrow for where we'll see Adare again in the County A minor hurling final. Will they take on Glen Quinn Gales in that final? Many thanks from all of us here in Bruff. Tommy Stacker, co-commentator, and from me, John Keogh, signing off.